this episode of Bristol Built, we take a look at one of Bristol's largest employers, the Robinette Company.
We make all types of paper and plastic bags, and more than that, we have a very high concentration in graphics and printing.
We're a manufacturer of flexible film and paper packaging products, and we service the food, beverage, pharmaceutical, construction, canning industries, milling industries with different types of bags. We sell a lot to the food industry, and so things that are on the shelf in the grocery store, such as your flours, your sugars, and those type of products, you'll see our bags that are out there. Charcoal bags, we have a very large portion of the charcoal bag business in the country, and so you'll see our charcoal bags that are distributed all over the place.
A large part of what we buy comes in either paper or plastic bags. They hold all manner of products, and in almost every case, they will eventually end up in the trash. This is a big consideration in today's environmentally conscious world.
The good thing is that we can design these products to be recycled. We feel very strongly about sustainability, and most of the products that we produce can be disposed of properly or recycled. We also use water-based inks in our process, and most of our competitors use solvent inks, which contribute to the VOCs, and we chose to go the route of water-based inks. That's a little more difficult to do. The technology is a little more sophisticated, but we've been able to solve those problems, and consequently we have a very green product line.
So while it may be just a simple bag to the consumer, each product in those bags require a different style bag, some with advanced technologies.
Now, some of the pouches that we make have a very sophisticated structure. We reverse print the clear film and then laminate that to a sealant layer, and that becomes tricky sometimes.
One of the bags produced by the Robinette Company is this bag for pet food. When the bag is full of product, it can hold 50 pounds. Not exactly an easy challenge for an old-style paper bag.
The bag for the larger pet food products was not strong enough to withstand the rigors of transporting through especially the large stores like Walmart and some of the bigger stores where they bring the pallets of dog food right into the store. They'll get nicked in transportation, and then the little nuggets will fall on the floor, and that creates a safety hazard. So a few years ago, this woven polypropylene bag was developed, and it has really replaced the multi-wall paper bag. And now we are making that bag in this plant, and it's very much in demand, and we can see that that's a growth product for us. The bag is very strong, puncture proof, and the graphics really stand out because it's you're printing on the reverse side of a clear polypropylene.
No one is sitting and sewing these bags together by hand. Because of the high demand for food packaging, the demand for more and more product requires machinery that is faster and less complicated to operate. But the real challenge is to be able to adapt to the constantly changing needs of the packaging industry.
Through the years, it's been a challenge to stay up with the trends. We've had to continually reinvent the company because some of the products that we were in would be phased out. They'd either be the product would either be discontinued by the customer or replaced by some different structure, and so it just seems like every year we're having to come up with new products, new packaging, and that's the challenge. It's always interesting to come to work every morning and face these challenges.
One of the things that make those challenges solvable is a good workforce.
We have about approximately 350 employees between the three facilities, Bristol, Piney Flats, and the Regional Distribution Center, which is in Piney Flats as well. Very dedicated workforce, have a lot of pride in what they do. We service a lot of major customers and are with demanding expectations, and so we have to have employees that really do care about what they do, and they do a great job for us. The majority of the folks are from around this area, in the Northeast Tennessee area and Bristol area. And we do a lot of training internally and bring people up to the more technical roles as they develop.
While the Robinette Company is relatively new, the Robinette family has been making bags for a long time. In 1938, Judge Robinette started an industry here in Bristol, serving the flour and corn mill industry in the eastern United States. He built Strong Robinette Bag Company into one of the largest companies of its kind in the country. In 1985, the company was sold to Stone Container.
We started this company in 1987. Prior to that, I'd worked with our family business that my father owned. He sold it in 1985, and I chose not to work for the buyer, and started this company in 1987 with Gary Hunt, and he recently retired, by the way. We started very simply with a printing press, printing rolls of paper and shipping them to White Lily Foods in Knoxville, Tennessee. And from that, we expanded into larger rolls for shingle wrap. We branched out into paper bags for the aluminum can industry. A few years later, we started printing polyethylene. From there, it just grew. Each product had its own life, and each one expanded. And today, we run 6 printing presses, and we have probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 bag machines, laminators, slitters. We make quite a variety of products for the food and aluminum can industry.